MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace as there's frog across the area.
Frog.
Yeah, it's foggy if you're getting up today.
It is. It was lifting a little bit as I was coming over here. Wasn't as bad, but it's still in areas. Be very careful.
Let's look at radar as we look at what's going on this morning. As you say, in our area, it's not so bad. We go south here, southwest of Hattiesburg, down toward Gulfport. Highway 90 there, if you're on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, bad. A little bit south there of Jackson. And again, in our area, we're getting some of this. Look at this over here in Alabama. From
bad.
Tuscaloosa to Columbus, Georgia, Montgomery, all the way up through Burmaland and up to Huntsville. There's a dense fog advisory through 9 a.m. And again, our area is patchy. Here, there, but it sure makes it tough sometimes to get across the road anyway.
I know. Always across the reservoir for some reason, across that water.
Yeah.
It's always foggy.
So, good morning. We're glad to have you. We'd love to see where you're watching from this morning. Let us know about that. If you're watching on television this morning, thanks for inviting us in your home and letting us come in and be a part of your day today.
Right. If you have a birthday and you want us to announce it, let us know.
Last night, big thank you to everyone who watched in as former police chief Chris Reed joined us to tell about the problems of how he would settle it and what he thinks and just how many people are actually on patrol with the Meridian Police Department. And you have to feel for the guys that are still there, where we went from 70 sworn officers, 72 to about roughly 26 now. That's a major difference, and that's why you don't see as many. And you almost hate to say that number, but the bad guys know that already. I'm not breaking news that they don't know.
Right.
But, and I say all of that as in these police officers that we have on the beat are working hard and they are extremely stressed. You can't hardly get back. I don't know how they get the paperwork done.
You know they're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be dealing with all of that and just be that shorthanded,
So keep them in your thoughts, and as we go about our business, and we'll keep you up to date with the very latest breaking news as it happens around the area nationwide, and things of that nature. There are a lot of events that are going to kick off this weekend. We'll tell you about all of them that we're aware of, and if we don't have yours, we'd love for you to send that in so we can throw that out there for everybody to watch. Last night, what was it? Bud and Burgers.
It was.
What
It
a
was.
crowd.
It was. I got to see the crowd from, the TV stuff, but yeah, I know it was a big hit,
It was. I hope you had a chance to check that out. If you were out and about last night, this weekend, as we said, there's going to be a lot of other things going on that we will tell you about. Tragedy in the film industry. This is one of the headlines this morning that everybody is talking about. Alec Baldwin, whom I'm not a fan of. Alec Baldwin is pretty much a rude person. But on a movie set yesterday, they were filming a Western, and somehow or another the gun went off. It was a prop gun, and it injured. Is it the photographer? Is it
a cinematographer? I get tongue twisted when I say that.
So that's some form of a person that's a photographer.
Cinematographer. I guess maybe she's taking pictures as the scenes go on. I'm not sure if that's what that is or not, but yeah. But that is horrible, and I still don't quite understand, exactly how that happened.
It said as the bullet or the shell casing was ejected, as the projectile, as the way they word it, came out, it hurt someone there.
So during a scene,
yes, they were filming.
Okay, yeah.
And either it's a rifle or a pistol. I'm not sure. He fires it. It's blanks in it, and then there's always with a blank a shell casing. And that's what hurt somebody. Another person's in the hospital. But this is not the first time, as you go back and you look at all of this, that movies have killed someone. If you'll remember Brandon Lee, which was Bruce Lee's son.
Yes.
Same thing. It was the wadding from that. And that's happened in several movies. Behind all of that, where that blank is fired. And I got a couple from all 6 of blanks. And there's wadding down in there. And if that hits your temple just right, that can kill you because that's coming out at such force. It's like when you go dove hunting and you shoot and you see all that little bitty stuff, that wadding, it's the same principle.
Right. I just wonder, like they were saying this morning, there's going to be an investigation on how something with that much force was used on set as a prop, gun. and exactly how it happened. But he was also, if I'm not wrong about it, I think he was a director on that also.
You're right.
So I would think that would kind of be his responsibility also to make sure things.
He's got troubles coming. That is going to be a mess.
Yes, it is. But I feel for anybody who has something like that happen. That would be awful to take somebody's life and
over a movie.
Goodness.
But again, this is not the first time. The list goes on. 1984, prop gun killed somebody. 1994, and then there was a fire in 2018. They were filming a movie, and they set a fire on purpose, and it got out of hand.
Right.
And it killed someone. I want to say it was an actual firefighter that came to help put it out that died helping. That was in New York. A lot of dangers, and things have improved. You think back when movies were starting out in the 40s and 50s of how it must have been where they couldn't do the fake stuff.
Yeah,
they had to actually do things. Last week there was maybe in the beginning of this week or the end of last week, it was a stunt like at a carnival where they had two cars dangling, and a stunt man was fatally hurt. He's burned all over his body where the stunt went totally wrong. Takes you back to watching The Fall Guy.
Yeah, I remember watching that. But yeah, these the stunt men and women, they just really, are taking a big chance. Even though you think you know what you're doing, things can always go in a different direction.
Yeah. Let's see. We say good morning to a few folks that are out there watching today from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Miss Joyce Godwin, how are you doing there? From Harmony, Paulette Tucker. How you doing there? Hope everything's good there.
Good morning, Miss Paulette. And Betsy Holly says good morning from Sugar Lock, Mississippi. Bill Reinhardt, he said it was a great show last night, and he's in DeKalb, Mississippi. But good morning, Bill. Joyce Godwin and Galen Bradshaw, good morning.
Lori Ballard would like to say happy birthday to her third granddaughter there. She will be 11 tomorrow from West Lauderdale. And I don't see her name, but give us her name. We'd love to mention her name as well. We hope it's a good one for her.
Wayne and Dolores Roberts, good morning to you. And Kathy Bowman Thomas, good morning from Bailey, Mississippi.
Let's see. Twilight Zone movie was killed by a helicopter on the set. I didn't know that. Linda Jane hurt somebody with a clothesline in her backyard back in 82. I'm getting that from Scuba.
Good morning to Charlotte Gray in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Ray Strubeck, good morning. He's in Hickory, Mississippi. And Brandy Priester, good morning.
That's a few of the folks that are watching this morning, and we do appreciate all of that. As we said, Chris Reed was here last night, did a great interview. Hope you learned something from that.
Yeah.
Of how tough it is and why we don't have federal agents knocking on doors anymore. And at this point of this morning, I haven't heard of anything that happened overnight. So we're hoping no injuries, nothing bad happened last night by any means. Let's keep our fingers crossed so everybody's safe and sound this morning.
Lori says, I guess it's her granddaughter, Zoe Pinkham. So happy birthday, Zoe.
Yeah.
West Lauderdale. She's going to be, I think it's on Sunday, she said. It's her birthday.
Gas prices. Since we have a new administration, we went from $1.69. Have you seen this in California, what gas is going for?
No.
Another reason to be thankful to be living in the deep South.
But, it just might ease on our way.
I hope we never see this.
I do too.
$7.99 for regular unleaded. When you get to premium gas, let's see here, what is it? $8.50 a gallon for premium gas in California. Hello.
Yeah.
We got troubles.
Goodness gracious. That is bad.
Now, as I read deeper into this story, this is one gas station that is an isolated incident that is charging this much. They did do this back in 2000, a few years ago, where they charged $11 a gallon. I would think this is price gouging. It is California. Yeah. It's different. But we are nonetheless on average in Mississippi about $2.99 a gallon. That's high.
Yeah.
You take a working fella or lady that has to go to work, jumping from $1.69 to that is a major difference in what they can do for their family.
It is.
Because that's directly, I mean, that's 100% off the top of what you make to drive to work.
And you think about, we have a lot of people who drive from Philadelphia, Quitman. I mean, we have people who drive from Alabama to come work in Meridian. I mean, you know, they have a long distance to drive.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of money right there when you're filling up a gas tank every week.
And then you got to figure somebody's got to buy some lunch. And
Yeah.
then by the time you just get to work, you're already in the hole.
You know,
It's
really
tough
feel-
out there.
I've heard that, you know, it's hard at the grocery store already to find some things like bread, milk, stuff like that is kind of getting scarce. So I don't know, you know, if that's going to be an ongoing thing or if that's just.
We
don't
hope
know.
all of that goes away.
Yeah.
We certainly do. And we'll talk about some supply chains and the mess we're in. And it looks like, I'm just thinking out loud that as we see so many companies that can't produce their own materials to where they can't form their own group and start a manufacturing company and fix the parts that they can no longer get. I may be out of line. I may not know everything I'm talking about. There's probably more to it than I know. But something has got to be done to where America is self-sufficient again.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we're not right now.
Angela Dunnigan says it's $3.09 a gallon in Memphis.
Hello. Memphis is one of those great places to where you really got to think about, do I want to take this exit anymore? You know, like you know, it was a big deal to go visit Elvis's home all through there, but the neighborhood around Graceland is not what it once was. It really makes you think twice. Do I really want to be here?
That's a bad feeling too, because I've done it over around Jackson. Like took a wrong exit, and you end up like in this area that's kind of like, you know, you fixing to hit a dead end or something, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I got to turn around. I'm fixing to get out of here as quick as I can.
Let me go ahead and run all these red lights. Maybe the law will get after me and help me.
Oh goodness, 309 in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Wow. Jan Bushman
matter
is
of
up.
time.
What is she doing there? She says she hopes she has a great weekend and wants to hire Chris Reed to come cut her grass. I think that's what she said.
Goodness.
Feed the boy. Take care of him there. It is. And 309, we're getting there in Sugarlock, Mississippi.
366 at the beach.
Wow. Now we're getting reports. Murfreesboro, Tennessee, $3.19 this morning. That is, you take
366 at the beach, though. Well, I mean, you know, goodness gracious.
my four-wheel drive had a 36-gallon tank on it. Now you do that time $3.69 or $3.60 and figure out what that will cost you to fill it up. And it's not going to go any further than a car that takes only 12 gallons to fill up. It's not going any further, you know.
Right.
It just
I think
burns
it was
more
like
gas.
$70-something to fill up mine before, I mean, even like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, go back now and see what it costs you.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I remember one time before Trump went in office, I stopped at a gas station. I don't know what it was a gallon, but it was $120 to fill up that 36-gallon tank. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have the big one.
Yeah.
That is just so scary there. So that's some of the headlines and things that are happening this morning as you begin your day. Wow. So something to think on there. Let's talk about homes. If you're sitting someplace now and you think, boy, I sure like a new house, visit our friends at Snowden and Company. You can visit them online. It's easy to do. Go there and take a look at all the homes they have. Some of the top sellers they have there chosen by you. You can call them at 453-3937. If for some reason you don't have a computer and can't see these things, they'll still help you. Come in. They'll take you out, take you to the homes. The advantage of the internet is you can take a sneak peek before you go.
Right.
And that's just handy there.
It is good because you can find a house that you like to see. And
Right. If it's time to sell, that you're thinking you're downsizing or you've got too many youngins and not enough bedrooms, they can also help you sell the home that you've got, get the most for it to apply to that next home there. SnowdenRealEstate.com is how you get in touch with them. Find out why so many people use them. Quality photos, and it just goes on and on the list of just how good they are. Hands-on is what they do. Make it a personalized touch from start to finish. This is a beautiful home with all the flowers, and that's what curb appeal is called there.
Yeah.
Beautiful. See that. Now, they're going to help you in Lauderdale, Kemper, Newton, Neshoba, Clark, and even in all of the Jackson areas now. A handy place to do that. Scenes that you'll love and houses that you like. Take a pic of what they've got to offer there for you. See all these folks that sold their home with them? See Amanda and all of her folks that work for her there, a designated seller, a real estate expert. She's got it all for you there at Snowden & Company. See them on Poplar Springs Drive, or again, visit them online at snowdenrealestate.com.
I've lived in Mississippi my entire life. My earliest memories are right here in Jackson. This used to be my dad's clothing store. I worked here growing up. And this is my first office right out of law school. I know this area, these roads, these people. The people of Mississippi are my people. So when someone from here comes to me for help, I take that personally. Always have and always will. One call, that's all.
Jan has gotten out her calculator, and she said that gas was $3.33 when I filled up my truck for that price there at 36 gallon.
Goodness.
How'd you figure that? I'm not that quick with numbers, girl.
Ryan Clark said it's 309 in Meridian on Highway 19 now.
Wow.
I did not realize that.
That's pretty strong.
It is.
So what that actually means to you is if you're having to pay that, you think of the guy that is delivering a part or groceries to a store, his profit is cut down, so he raises the price on that to cover that, and it's just a domino effect continuously there, and that's what drives prices. As we mentioned yesterday, now all of this kind of ties together with shortages, people that won't go to work, and then the docks that are out in Los Angeles.
Right. Because that's why. Is it not why they can't get the trucks, I mean, the boats in to get unloaded is because they didn't have the workers at the docks? Is that
what
correct?
they claim. That's what they claim.
I find it hard to believe that there's not anybody who needs, to earn a living.
Now, and I asked this yesterday, and I did not realize this. In Mississippi, we stopped that extra $300.
Right.
Apparently, there are still some states that are paying that extra unemployment as to why America is not back to work yet. I thought all that had ended, but I was roundtabling it out in Cicalina yesterday, and they were telling me that there are still states that are paying that extra money, and that's why these people hadn't gone back to work, because it pays for them to sit at home.
Well, here's an idea.
Cut that off.
When they're taking everybody's jobs away for not getting the vaccine, that's their way of life, like to earn a living, have a living coming in. Why not?
If you're going to mandate, what you're saying is
mandate it across the board, for everything, I mean, because there's some people who don't work at all.
If you can't get unemployment, then you should be mandated.
Right.
That would, what would people do then?
I mean, because, yeah. I just think that if you're going to, do it, do it all the way across the board.
Yeah, make it fair for everybody. And the next thing is we bring this up. Biden says, and I say Biden, or Joe, however you want to refer to him, is he's looking at sending the National Guard now to L.A. to the docks to help with this mess that is out there. And I know that something should have been done before now, but he's blaming it all, the labor shortages, on COVID and not the extra money that was paid out. Read between the lines. Now, I saw a headline yesterday where they were making a big deal out of this, and it's not really, how some headlines really don't tell the whole truth. They were saying to where truck drivers now making $100,000 a year. There's been many a truck driver already making $100,000 a year. They deserve that for what they do, being gone from home for weeks and months at the time.
Yeah.
The only thing out of that was there were some sign-on bonuses that companies now are starting to offer to get drivers from other companies. They're offering up to some of these companies $15,000 signing bonus to get a good driver to come to them. Now, of course, you'd have to have a great driving record to lure you to pay that. But what has happened in America, and you go back and you go into dirty jobs, Mike Rowe. There's this illusion that if you don't go to college, you can never make a living. Well, that is not the truth. There are many trades in America that make good money. College is not for everyone. And trades like truck driver, there's shortages of them. You can make a great living at that. Being an operator, you can make that. Now, if college is your thing, then you should go.
Yeah.
But there are certain people that it's just not their clique.
That's right. It's not.
All those people that were on dirty jobs, most of them were millionaires that he interviewed. They've done well at starting their own businesses and doing those kind of things.
Right.
It's the land of dreams, and do what you want in America. And your destiny is yours, or it used to be.
Yeah. You know what I think is a little bit controversial, though. Yesterday I was talking about the vaccine and the vaccine cards and all that kind of stuff. I was listening. I don't know if any of you listen to Joe Pags. You ever listen to him?
Yeah, he's very he is a rude
He is rude.
individual that I really don't like.
He's rude.
Yeah,
but,
I
but
really
he
don't care
does
for
make a
him.
lot of sense, though. He just, he's rude about how he goes. But he did make sense yesterday when they were talking about people, what if they mandate that you have to have a show your vaccine card to come vote? You have to be vaccinated to vote. Do you think that would happen? And if so,
They're not going to do that, no.
or like the vaccine cards, they're trying to put a stop to people having fake vaccine cards, because that is a thing that's going around. And they were like, well, how you know that if it's fake or not? Well, you got to show your ID. Really? You got to show your ID? I thought that was against like when you wanted to vote to show your ID, but you're going to mandate people to show their ID to make sure they got the right vaccine, vaccination card. So, that's controversial right there.
Oh, it's very.
So,
America
I'd
has
like to hear that argument.
America has turned into, they want to argue no matter what it is.
Oh, yeah.
What has happened?
I know.
I really, we can't move forward for
Well, I don't see a problem
arguments.
with showing your ID to vote.
No.
How many years? I mean, have we not been doing that all along? I mean, like if there's any question, do you have your
Well,
ID?
it tells you that there's something somebody is trying to hide if they
Right.
don't want to do that. It's what your fingerprint. I've said this over and over.
Yeah.
Everybody that votes, push a button with your fingerprint. It's on file when you're born. Do you realize the murders somebody lost if every fingerprint in America was registered in a database? Think about that. To where if a cop pulls you over, you just touch that on the iPad
Yeah.
and it tells who you are.
Well,
It would solve so many crimes if somebody broke into something, the fingerprints that would be on file, instantly you would know who it was.
well, I have no doubt that all of these people who have been let into the border, there's a reason behind it. And I think it is because they want
Voting.
these people to vote.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to show an ID? No, because they're probably not going to have one.
That's right.
You know,
Or it could be fake.
And do you realize, I heard this morning, I didn't realize how many people, there's been like over 11 million people come through. I didn't realize that.
Oh, every day. That's that crisis. They've been showing all these pictures at the border to where they're cramming up and coming across, sneaking. It's,
Right.
And then they're getting fake IDs and voting. Now,
Well,
if you don't think that won't sway an election, well,
Now, I don't know how they're going to like get in touch, find all these people to get them to vote unless, something's going on beforehand.
Let me think. Oh, yeah, mail in. Oh, you can mail in your vote.
Yeah.
I believe in early voting. If you got to be out of town, you go to the courthouse and you go, hey, I can't make it. They give you the paperwork. You fill
Or
it out.
I'm sick, I can't get there, something like that. But I think if you have a reason, a specific reason that you can show proof that you have a reason. I mean, we have to like make some kind of like if you get called for jury duty, if you
Yeah.
can't go do that, you have to prove why you can't. I mean,
And they get real ugly about that up there. Let me tell you.
so I don't know. I mean,
I'm the only one in my house that works, and I'm paid hourly. Sit down. You're going to be here.
Yeah.
You got to get $15 for today.
yeah.
And that's really what happens. Lord, if I get called, I don't know what you're going to do.
I don't know. Look, I don't know either.
You're gonna
I'd be like, Scotty Ray cannot come.
I had to hit a few buttons there. But that is the state of America. We just got a message there. The Chicago today, $3.70 a gallon. Whoa.
Oh, good.
So yeah, y'all take some, as you're out and about, take a picture or two of some gas pumps as you pass by them and send in to us. So I'd like to share those. There's nothing like a bird's eye view of seeing what things really are.
Right. But Terry Shelton said we need more trade schools and
we
less
do.
four-year colleges. I mean, I am so for trade schools. I did cosmetology.
I thought you were going to say you were a welder, and I didn't know this.
I am on the side, No, I'm not. But anyway, crazy. But I think we do. And I think we need to praise these people more too. Because, I mean, that's the ones out there hooking your lights back up,
Right.
and getting your water lines put back, and stuff.
Linemen. I mean,
Right,
come on, boy.
linemen. I mean, yes. I mean, if we didn't have them, what would we do? We sure wouldn't be sitting here, with our lights on.
Now, like you take a welder. A welder makes a lot of money, and the biggest it is a running joke in the industry to where welders are sometimes a little bit on the touchy side, to where they think you can't do it without me. And Google this on YouTube.
A good welder, though, you can't
They
beat
make
that. It's like crazy.
$40, $45+ an hour, $40 to $45 easily, and They're real bad about if you make them mad, they'll roll up their equipment and drive off.
Really?
Because you can't replace me.
Right.
Because can't anybody do this.
Right.
And Candace is kind of like that when it comes to hairdo. I'll put my scissors up. Mess with me. I'll put them up.
I have threatened, though. Do you want me to finish this haircut, or do you want to leave with a half a haircut? Be still.
Your price just went up.
You want me to gap this back here? I'm going to put your initials in the back of
I've
your head
never
with the
really
slippers.
thought about that, but never make your hairdresser mad while she's cutting your hair. It could turn bad.
It could. It could. Definitely.
Yeah. You ever had anybody just get up in the middle of a haircut, they get an emergency and they have to leave?
No, but I have had somebody rush me, like, you know, and I can't stand that. Like, you know, somebody to get a color, and I mark out 2 hours for a color.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, you think we're going to be done? I have to be at the doctor in an hour and a half. I'm like, well, I have 2 hours. Don't make an appointment with me unless you got 2 hours. You know, because I don't like to be rushed, you know.
Well, you make mistakes.
Right. And I used to be one of these hairdressers that, I'd put color on you, and I'm going to do a haircut while you're sitting. And, you know, I don't do that anymore.
You're focusing on one now?
I don't do that anymore. I don't want to be that stressed. I just don't. I mean, now, not to say I would never do it again, because, I mean, that's money, you know. Right. But I don't know.
You're trying to just help one at a time. And,
right. And I just feel like I can give my client more of my time.
Like a home builder that has 5 houses going on. That goes, hey, I'm going to get some lumber, and I'll be back in a minute. You don't see him for 3 weeks. Y'all all know that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
He ain't coming back. You keep calling. Hey, we just got a message from William Brooks, Nebraska. $3.09 a gallon as you're waking up today.
So
wow.
Same as us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Same as us. Yeah.
It is. Let's see here.
I always agree with whatever your hairdresser is saying.
Whatever you do. Don't forget, we're going to be giving away some tickets to go see Big Daddy Weave. That's going to be next week. We're going to give away those tickets. So make plans to learn more about that. We're going to give those away. Let's see. Halloween, do you get all into this? I want to show a couple pictures here.
I used to get into it, but I don't like this kind of Halloween decor. I like cute, you know, Halloween stuff.
This is in Dallas, Texas is where this is. And so many people have driven by and saw it and thought it was real that the cops have been
it kind of makes me nauseous.
Called, said, there's a crime scene. You need to come look at this. And here it is. This is from Daily Mail. They posted this. This was in Dallas. This guy really went out on a limb here to make these pictures.
This is overkill, no pun intended.
Yeah, you got that right. Overkill.
Yes, it's awful. I don't like that kind of Halloween decoration.
And if you've got some Halloween decorations that you've really put some time into, send us a picture of that. I'd like to share that with other people, because it does take time planning. Like you take the Christmas lights that are coming up as you go out on Minnebucket Road. They are probably wide open right now, putting that stuff together to have it ready by the Thanksgiving. You know,
at the campground, they have Halloween decorations out. I wish we were going to be there for Halloween, because I think that would be, you know, fun. But I am this weekend, because this is our last weekend there. I'm going to put a few little Halloween things, you know, at the camper. I bought these window things that you put in the window. It looks like ghosts looking out the window. I'm going to decorate it up just a little bit.
You'll trip over the hay bales coming into my front door. It's a good thing I never used the front door of my house, because I could say something. But it's up there. I know that. I just don't use that door.
I used to do the hay bales. I used to do that because I love them. I think they're cute. But ants love them too.
Oh, do they? I didn't know that.
They build.
Also, am I the only person that doesn't have a key to their own home? There's always
so, Scotty Ray.
There's always somebody here, and when I leave, I don't know if I ever got a key.
I don't have one either. That's why I'm standing outside, like texting, doors locked.
Let me in.
Doors locked. Some mornings when I'm trying to get in and I'm like already running, I'm like, oh my gosh. I think I did a sprint around the house to the front door about a week ago.
We're going to work on that. And again, we are in the middle of building a brand new studio. I do not know how long it's going to take, depending upon materials and everything. I got the plumbing. Galen's coming to work on some plumbing for me this weekend to get the water and things started, and hopefully before long. And I got to go back to Sanders and talk about another generator, because can't move without a generator. It doesn't happen when it comes to weather. So there's a lot of things as to how fast this will be taken care of. But in the middle of
it'll be nice, though.
I'm buying 1 2x4 at a time. I'm saving up my money with each sponsorship, and I go buy 1 2x4. $3.12 is what we're getting from, is that Bellevue, Iowa? Wow, $3.13 there this morning. $5.89 in San Diego,
Goodness.
Nebraska. How much is that up there?
$5.89 in San Diego, California.
That's pretty stout. $3 right there in Nebraska, $3.09 this morning. This is interesting to get these from all across the United States. North Alabama, $3.12. I may have already mentioned that one, but interesting there.
Scroll down one more.
Up.
Yep. Emily Dunn says that where she's from in Mississippi, that gas is just as much as diesel.
Wow.
So, because diesel's, I wonder what diesel is running like now. If gas is $5.89, I would wonder what the diesel would be.
And the interesting thing about the diesel thing is when they started making diesel cars, if you remember back in the day, it was cheaper than regular gas. And that's why they invented the motors, in cars. They were always in rigs, but they, I remember back in 84, a friend of mine got a brand new Silverado that was diesel. And it was so much cheaper.
Yeah.
But that's not the case anymore. Diesel is some kind of bad.
A lot of people that are pulling these campers, too, have diesel trucks, because they're stronger, I guess, to pull. But
it's like marrying a cornbread-fed girl that can cook cornbread. She's stout. Good morning from, is that Batesburg, South Carolina, watching today?
Mm-hmm. Yes. And 255, I don't know where Tammy Fleming is, but it says 255 here.
That'd have to be there in South Carolina where she is there in Batesburg, South Carolina.
Okay.
So that's interesting. It's all over this. Actually cheaper in South Carolina than it is here.
It is. I wonder, I don't know. I don't know what determines that so much. Is it demand or is it?
Oh, I think it was when we quit drilling in America. Changed presidents. I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah. I guess I'm kind of glad though, because I would hate to, sometimes people say it should be the same all the way across. Well, I'm glad it's not, because we'd be $5.89 a gallon in like San Diego.
I'd be interested in that little bicycle that you just bought.
Yeah. Me too.
But it does cut back. This is what happens when gasoline goes up. If you don't have to go somewhere, you don't go as much, which cuts back on your amount of extra cash that you have that you might spend a little bit extra for something else.
Right. William Beckham said that the sound on the TV is kind of off. So is anybody else having problems with their sound on their TV? Let us know.
Yeah. To know that. Louisville, Mississippi is $3.05 and $3.37 North Alabama. So there you go there. As we head out to the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, have you dropped in to see Joe? Well, they've got a lot of great things going on there. And just in time, there's a lot of things going to be happening this weekend. If you need some oranges, $3.99 for that 3-pound bag. You can get the bell peppers, fresh green, 2 for $1. Also, you can get bell peppers, red, yellow, orange, 2 for $3. Now, we still got pumpkin carving going on. Get yourself a pumpkin there at the Pig.
We still have not carved ours.
Get on that, girl.
I know, we need to.
You can see that along with Mississippi potatoes, 79 cents a pound, along with chicken noodle, along with Heinz ketchup, 2 for $4 for that 20-ounce bottle. You can take advantage of Dixie Crystals, $1.99. Ritz crackers, $2.79 with Mayfield ice cream, 2 for $5. See that. And, of course, steaks this weekend. You can get those along with Boston Butt, $2.29 a pound. It's all happening there at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville with great drink prices there on Coca-Cola products and a great place to go by and get yourself a meal today. See them at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville today.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
Okay, we're getting no problem with sound on a TV there. So, anywho, turn off, turn it back on, and see what happens there. Little happened on this day in history. I had to really dig to find anything that was interesting that happened, but Sunshine on My Shoulder was sent out to radio stations nationwide on this date.
I remember that song.
Makes me happy. Mm-hmm. I can't sing, but of course, John put that out there. It was a big day for him there. We found this out. Cheater, everybody knows your name now. And he was stripped of everything that he'd ever won. Lance Armstrong, Mr. Bicycle Man. Mm-hmm. Found out that he may have been taking things that enhanced his chances of winning. What do they call it? The seeds that you sow? Shame.
Yeah.
And then back in 1934, The FBI found him, surrounded him, and took him down, and Pretty Boy Floyd became no more on this date. He was taken out. A bank robber was doing some bad things across the United States, and they took him out. So, been many a movie made about Pretty Boy Floyd.
I have never even heard of him.
Oh, you hadn't?
I haven't. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he was. I think they even made mention of him in the movie that was made in Mississippi. Oh, Brother, We're Out There. If I'm not mistaken, I think they had a little cameo there, possibly him. Who was the one that they shot the cows? You remember that going through the pasture?
No.
Please tell me you watched Oh, Brother, We're Out There.
I watched a little bit of it. It kind of got on my nerves.
Oh, it's a good movie.
No, I just couldn't watch that.
Parts of it was filmed in Union.
Yeah.
I think that scene where they carried him out on the rail.
I probably need to watch it again, but I don't know. I don't watch a whole lot of anything. I don't get to sit down to watch it.
The hair products?
No, I bought 2 movies. I did I stayed up till like late one night and watched Casper, but I bought The Wizard of Oz on DVD because I wanted my son to see it because he's never seen it. You know, the one we grew up watching. I hadn't even got to put that in it. You know,
people are getting concerned about you. Babyface Nelson was the one that they that shot the cows in the movie.
Okay,
but boy, Candace,
I'm sorry, I just don't have time.
It and I remember MCA Records calling me and they go, "Hey, there's this film going on in Mississippi and we got this soundtrack." I thought, yeah, and I put it on my desk and I didn't listen to it for like 3 weeks and they kept bugging me.
Yeah,
you got to open that up. And I did, and it was like, whoa, it was so different.
Goodness.
So that did happen in Mississippi, and hopefully we'll get a few more movies. What happens when you get a car that is very, very expensive? You're so proud of it. Then you get in it to go somewhere, and you get the brake and the gas confused.
I'm not real sure how that happens.
Oh, I've seen it happen.
The brake and the gas?
Yeah.
I mean, like, how do you...
Especially
are they not in the same place on every vehicle?
Elderly people, and I don't think this was elderly, but I've seen, like, I remember the Scuba post office one morning getting up, going down there, and there was a car sitting in it.
Yeah.
And it was somebody that had gotten the brake when they cranked it up.
Oh.
And instead of mashing the brake, they mashed the gas and revert in D, and it went right through it. It happens to restaurants all the time.
Goodness.
They said, give it another view. You'll like the movie.
I'll try it.
But here's a Lamborghini. Here's the picture of that car that I was mentioning there that is no longer. Went off in the creek there, as they so to speak.
I bet they were crying a little bit after that.
It'd be devastating. Now, also, I wanted to bring this up. Do you remember, and I don't have it pulled up here in front of me, the guy that got the Lamborghini for his birthday? And he's 17 years old. This is in New York, if I'm not mistaken. Goes out driving fast, wrecks it, and kills a 32-year-old secretary.
No, I did not say
This
that.
happened a few months back. The town is way been out of shape. He got 9 months in a school that he's got to go to. 9 months, and he kills somebody. That's all they're doing to him. And people are outraged over that.
Was this the kind of vehicle also that the Fast and Furious guy died in? It was something.
I think
It was a
Paul, I think so. I think it was a Lamborghini, something very, very expensive.
Yeah. Goodness.
So be careful what you're doing. I wanted to show another picture here. Drinking and driving. And this comes out of Los Angeles.
Or what they hit. Did they hit somebody else?
Hit the rear end of imagine this, you're on the interstate driving way too fast, 120, 130, rear end a 18-wheeler. You lose control. The car starts spinning, hits the medium, and then this is what's left of the car. And believe it or not, this person got up, walked down the interstate, was trying to escape without injury whatsoever. It was a girl. And there's a picture of the car. Look at that.
Goodness gracious.
Los Angeles, California.
I believe anybody made it out of that.
I've always heard this, and I don't know this to be fact, but I guess when you're drunk, you're limber, and in crashes like that, it doesn't hurt you as bad as if you were sober.
Yeah, I've always heard that people who are drinking or on drugs, I mean, they could probably fall out of fall off of a building, and some of them get up, and I've heard some people get up and try to walk. You know, because I guess they're just that out of it. But
Wow.
Thank goodness nobody else was hurt, you know, with that. So it's awful.
Boy, have mercy.
Yeah.
Something to think on there. Let's go over a few events. Let me pull this up that are going to be going on this weekend. There's a lot in Meridian that's going to happen of fall festivals, and we wanted to go over a few of these. This is going to be downtown Meridian tomorrow. It kicks off at 2 o'clock, Oktoberfest, and they're also going to be having a Halloween parade. They'll all this beginning there, live music. Brick Gully is coming to town to sing, and wonder how many's in the parade. I haven't heard how many entries are in it.
Yeah, I hadn't either. I remember we announced it a while back.
Yeah.
We didn't kind of hear anything.
Yeah, I couldn't find information, and now it's back.
Right.
So Oktoberfest is coming. Hope you can make it to downtown Meridian tomorrow. There'll be a lot of singing and things going on as well there.
I hope nobody has any of those gruesome things like what we saw a while ago.
It'd be hard to get on a float, I guess.
I don't know. You can be surprised.
Also, Scuba
Scare the
Day
children.
happens tomorrow in downtown Scuba, Mississippi. If you're going to be there for the big horse show and barbecue, the plates are always good. If you can make it out to that, here's Scuba Day. They'd love to have you as a guest in downtown Scuba.
All right.
No red lights,
Cake
just
walks.
one four-way stop.
Yeah, they're going to give away trophies and cash prizes, it said, so that ought to be neat.
We also have Stonewall doing a lot tomorrow on the 23rd. They'll have their fall festival, fun, games, all that. The chili kickoff, $10 entry fee there, and it goes to a great thing to help out with that.
That's right. That's at the First Baptist Church in Stonewall.
Let's see, we got some other things happening also. The Rail Fest, as we had yesterday talking about this, they're going to be doing Emily White's premiere of her new video there. And small short films of people that do that in Meridian, Mississippi. That'll be at the Temple Theater tomorrow also, kind of in conjunction with everything that's going on downtown.
I bet that's going to be a good one, though.
Yeah.
She made me cry yesterday when she sang that song. I would, again, I would never have thought that police song, Every Breath You Take by the Police, I would have never looked at it from that perspective as a mother, talking about her child.
I still say it's a stalker song. Every breath, I'm going to follow
I
you.
always kind of thought of it in that sense too. I just always thought this is a weird song. But then when you look at it in that perspective, it really fits it to a T. So
It did make
video
me,
should be great.
it did make me cry.
Well, I did. I was over here with a Kleenex.
Let's see. We've also got Queen City Race for Life tomorrow. This is going to be kicking off. That's Damon Fitness Center. The MCC is going to be doing that. Kicks off at 7:40. The race begins at 8 o'clock. A 5K walk, run, 1 mile fun run. There's nothing fun about. Okay, a lot of people love it. I'm sorry.
Running and walking?
Yeah, I was thinking out loud. If I had to run a mile, I'd be.
I probably would too.
It's
I
not
could
for me.
walk, but running.
But there's a lot of folks that really are into that fitness thing that
I
do
really
that.
wish I could do that. I don't think my knees could take it. Like running, it just kills my knees.
Get you the older you get there. Let's see, another fall fest at Bethany Church is going to be happening. This is in Quitman here. There's several Bethanys, but this is the church in Quitman that's going to be having theirs. And that's going to be on the 24th, which, if I am not mistaken, is going
Sunday.
to be, Sunday. 4:30 to 7, if you can make it out for that big event. Let's see here what else we got. The Candy Crawl. That's coming up on the 26th, is going to be Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. The Candy Crawl downtown Meridian, a pretty big deal.
It is.
Also, then we've got the Wildlife Show coming up the same night over in Newton, if you can make it out for that at the Legion Hut. And then the Mississippi Highway Patrol is going to be having their big trunk or treat on Wednesday the 27th. Make it out for that. Cops, always good to see them.
Oh, yeah.
Up on the hill. It's very windy up there, by the way. This is going to be the Candy Cruise on this Thursday at MCC. This was a huge success before COVID. So line up. If you're coming home, getting off work, and wondering why there's a lineup, that's why. As we go for this, Meridian Police Department is going to have their second annual trunk or treat, 5 to 7 on the 29th, which is Friday. Boy, there's a lot happening.
There is a lot. This is going to be a busy week coming up.
We ain't done yet.
Weekend and week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The Fall Festival in Enterprise is going to be the 30th from 4 to 8 p.m. A lot going on Saturday of that week. Also, Causeyville community going to have theirs from 6 to 8 if you're going to be in the Causeyville community. Let's see here. This also is downtown Scuba. Get out of here. Going to have trunk or treat. So check that out. Also, October 30th on Saturday. That's a week from this weekend. Then the Fall Festival at Bethany here in Meridian is going to have their trunk or treat.
Bethany Baptist Church Loop, Meridian, Mississippi.
6 p.m. is showtime for that.
Now, is that the Bethany Baptist Church out at Wynot? Or
You would have to tell me.
there is a Bethany Baptist Church in Wynot, so I'm not sure if it's the Meridian or the Wynot. But figure that out.
Got me. I'd have to do a Google search there to find out exactly where that is. So I'm sure there's a lot of church members that would love to have you come out and take advantage of all that. A few of the things that are happening, and again, if we haven't gotten yours, let us know. Send us an inbox. We'll be glad to talk about your community event that is happening to let everyone else know.
Ray Strabeck says that the Why Not Fall Classic kicks off tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's going to be out there. Let's see. Scooby $2.95 and She'll and Scooby $2.95. I guess that's a gas price there. Mm-hmm. All right, as we turn to, let's see, all things that are going on. Maples, they'd love to have you drop by. They're here in Meridian here, one-stop shop for anything that you're looking for. When you get your gas, again, we've told you they're giving away these $50 gas certificates each week. Drop your name in the hat when you buy gas, put it on the back of the receipt and drop it in. Win some free gas there. Nothing wrong with that. And they've got 4 locations scattered around town. They've offered the community coffee. A lot going on there with there. The cold coffee machine gives you the caramel, the French vanilla, the mocha. And again, that's in Broadmoor. Easy to get to, in and out, across from all that. If you're picking up medication at any of the stores there, drop in. Yes. Community coffee, they've got the program, the loyalty coffee. Your 6th cup of coffee is free. Just get your card punched every time you come in. Going to, from work, however you do it, they've got it for you there.
It's a good time of year for that.
Love me some
Hot coffee. Just stop off after you get off work.
Yeah.
Drink it on your way home.
Cold drinks, if you need that, a candy bar, anything that may come to, well, including lunch. Pizza, bag of chips, and a fountain drink, all for $4.99. You can pick that up at the Bonita or there on Pine Springs if you're looking for a great place to have lunch. The bait shop included, along with plenty of lottery tickets. If it's your time to win, go in and check that out also. Again, our location scattered around Bonita Chevron, Highway 19 South, Pine Springs Country Store there on State Boulevard Extension. Can't miss it. You can also drop into the Last Chance Tobacco on 493 and Broadmoor Chevron, 2100 North Hill Street. That's Maple's one-stop shop. See them today.
I'm Kim from Tupelo, Mississippi, and it took one call and that was all. I called my Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz, and he got me $335,000.
If you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. As we examine, there's crime everywhere, we know. We like to point out so you kind of understand what happens around the nation. This is something, let me pause this if I can. Let me pull this up here. This is happening in New York City, a stunt where people are really, really getting hurt, and it's pulling hair is what it is. All right, here it is.
Oh, he's pulling her hair. I thought he was just shoving her down.
No, they grab you by the hair of the head, and then she gets a concussion out of that. That is happening in New York. I don't think it has anything to do with
oh my God,
these.
It's horrible.
The TikTok thing. It has nothing to do with that. But still, it's horrible.
That is horrible.
I don't understand how people can think like this. I really don't. That's why I have so much trouble even trying to relate to it.
This is how twisted people are in this world now.
But that's one of the things that's going on.
And I don't even want to condone it, like saying I could understand if it was a juvenile doing something like that because, they're immature. I can't even understand that, though. But these are grown people.
Right.
Running down sidewalk, snatching people by the hair to the ground just because it's a funny thing to do or whatever. I mean, it's just, I think it's crazy.
Pushing people into rails and subways. Yeah, and they that's been a common occurrence up there.
It's evil is what it is.
How are you at when you get takeout of managing to carry the bag and then the 4 drinks? You know that little piece of thing where they put the drinks in?
Yeah.
How good are you at getting that inside the house without spilling it?
Well, I've had more of a problem, like if I run to get people, something at work, used to, if you get everybody's lunch and you bring it back, getting out of the car is a pain. I have dumped it in the floor and.
Oh, I've done it many times.
And been like, oh yeah. I can't imagine. I can't imagine trying to tote this many drinks at one time.
This guy is becoming an internet sensation from Holland is where this happened. He was sitting next to 2 or 3 people that he said, I'm going to get a beer. And they said, well, bring me back a beer. Well, it got out of hand before it was over. And here he is. This comes from Daily Mail. Look at this. How on earth could you tote that many drinks without spilling?
Right.
I see his face. He's in pain.
He better be glad that bottom carrier is a hefty carrier. Because, if the bottom fell out of that, It would be a mess.
And he got back, didn't drop any of it. But and then what gets bad is if you get 3 instead of 4, then it's the weight is off and you can't get it as well.
I'll tell you what my gripe is with drinks nowadays when you get them at the drive-thru. Has anybody else noticed that the lids don't stay on them as good as they used to?
They're being cheaply made.
Yes, like the lids or the cups squeeze like and you. I get aggravated with that. Yes, I get aggravated with that. Or if you go to try to drink your drink, the lid's not on it good. You know, even if you're drinking from a straw, if you tilt it, it comes out the side.
What she's not telling you, she's poked herself in the eye with a straw.
No, I have not done that.
Oh, come on.
I haven't done that. But they really do need to make straw. I have seen some straws stick up this high. I don't see how somebody can.
You've been reading something and missed your mouth with a drink can?
Yeah, go up your nose. I thought you was going to say a straw and be not looking.
I have totally missed my mouth reading had a piece of paper and then I turn it up to drink it and just totally all over my shirt.
Yeah. I have a problem drinking out of a cup anyway. I don't know why. I mean, I'll spill it all down my shirt. I'm like, what is wrong?
And then there's
with me?
the case of you turn a drink up and it's leaking on you and there's a pinhole either in the can or the cup somewhere.
Right.
Somewhere this has all happened to you there.
Yes.
Please dress up the Friday before Halloween. I'm not much good at dressing up.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, you're being called out. Ooh.
Goodness.
We'll have to get back with you on that. I have to really, really think hard on that.
Yeah, we used to dress up to come to work, and I hated that. It's so hard to work in all that garb. I mean, it is. I'd be draping a sleeve through somebody's face while I was trying to shampoo them.
Witch, is that what you used to
I
dress?
did do a witch one year. I did. I had a cute witch costume. I mean, I had the hat with the big crow sitting on top of it. And I remember having to go to the grocery store because we had food. I had to get gas with that mess on. And I had to go to the grocery store that day to pick up something because we had food that day, a little party in the back break room, Yeah. And it was pretty much stared at the whole time in the grocery store. Didn't like that.
Brian says I need to dress up as Woody in sippy cup for Candace.
I do need a sippy cup. Seriously. I mean, sometimes I wonder, do I have a hole in my lip?
I really am that person that goes to eat and needs a bib. I'm that person who's going to get food on them some way, somehow, every time I go. There's more like me out there. I know it is. Yeah. But, wow.
Denise Burns said I need to dress like Patsy Cline and sing.
You put it to them, girl.
Sing crazy.
I'll just have to be your manager, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Magnificent Mile, if you don't know what I'm talking about, is an area of Chicago that has been the best of the town. Well, it's not much some more. Why? Because y'all remember that little law they passed there that made it a misdemeanor if you stole $1,000 or less?
Yeah.
Yep. Here it is. They're doing the same thing in Chicago now as they steal stores blindly, and nothing happens to them.
So we have a thief trend going on now.
Somebody needs to, we had laws in this country, and all they needed to be was enforced.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're watching this closely as these things happen. I wish I had better news. I really do. Why these things happen, I have no answer.
Yeah, you can voice your opinion and go to jail, but you can go to the Ultons, steal $999 worth of stuff. You're okay.
I guess they're waiting for sales when there's 20% off because you can go get more.
Yeah, probably so.
I say that jokingly, but it is so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, who's this? Linda says she cries every time she hears that song.
What song? Crazy or what song?
Or maybe the one you were talking about, Every Breath You Take.
Oh, yes.
Every can of hairspray you steal,
yeah.
I'll be watching. You need to rewrite the lyrics there.
I will. I'll do that.
Let's take a moment and talk about our friend Chet. Chet has so much to offer you when it comes to your car. Your car is almost at this point in time the second biggest investment that you'll ever make in your life. They have gotten expensive. And when something scratches it, dings it, you want somebody that's going to put it back to the way it was. 737-2961 is how you get in touch with Chet, or just simply drive out. You'll find them there in Center Hill. They're on the right-hand side of the road. You can't miss them in the curve. Big old building, and where they take care of folks, putting things back to the way they were, or even better, than they were to begin with. From a simple, well, you left your door open and backed into something, to a door ding that's bothering you can't take it anymore, to a crash that's left your car dented on the front, the rear, however it may be, including these specialty items when it comes to a aluminum bed. Not a lot of folks can do this, and they definitely can't do it right. Chet can't. His folks will help you out there. Again, Highway 495 is where you'll find them there. From those front-end collisions to getting it taken care of to a classic car. Here's the paint booth to where they make it look great. They'll do this in a timely manner. They won't get your car and you won't hear from them. They're not that type of place. They're professionals. They keep you in touch with what's going on. They'll process all the work for you there. That's the building that you look for, their office there. Chet's Paint and Body, again, Highway 495, 737-2961. Let the professionals handle it for you at Chet's Paint and Body.
Making my way back home from the grocery store, I was struck by an 18-wheeler. It was horrible. My life changed in an instant, and I discovered I needed help.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home.
As we come back, I don't know as much about this story as I should have. I glanced over that this morning, but it's a pretty neat story coming up that the possibility that the Church of the Apostles has been discovered where Peter and Andrew lived in Israel. They've dug up a floor, and supposedly the way it says it is that the church was built on the house that Peter and Andrew grew up in, where they lived, and the church was placed over it, and then the church come up missing, and then there's writing on the floor that they've gotten down to uncovered archaeologists. It's getting more and more. Here's a picture of this, of the mosaic, if I'm saying that word correctly, from the church.
Can you imagine how long it took
To do that, yeah.
to do that mosaic? They're little tiny pieces.
And there's a scene of the church where they're digging on all of this. So maybe more clues as more and more details come out to where it proves the Bible is right time and time again.
Yeah.
So there you go. And Denise pointed out, what about Black Friday when people start stealing when...
Oh, yeah. It'll probably be a mess.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
If we even have anything on the shelves for Black Friday, they're saying that like televisions and a lot of electronics are going to be hard to come by. And then the toys, what, a 400% markup on toys. 400%. That is a lot.
You may have to go back to the old days of making your own toys.
Yeah.
Just a thought there. Dallas Cowboys have got an issue. Their safety has been arrested. Yeah, he was drinking and driving. Shame. He's gone to jail for a little while there. He didn't turn on the signal. Cops stopped him, and he had been drinking.
Goodness.
I don't care who you are. You do get nervous when the cops get behind you.
Yeah.
You know that
They follow you. Just follow you.
You're like, what have I done? Is my tag out? Did I forget to do that? I got a brake light out. What have I done?
I saw that yesterday. I saw somebody get followed, and they like went up the little thing and come back around, and the cop went up behind them. And I thought, I bet he's thinking, why are they following me? But yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's creepy. Even on the interstate.
Yeah.
In traffic can be going along, and then all of a sudden you get up to this, everybody's slowing down, and there he is.
Are you one of those that goes just the speed limit, or do you go a couple of miles over so you don't look obvious?
I'll do 71, 72, and I use cruise control because I am that guy that can't control my foot. So I'd rather have it on cruise control and get there when I get there.
Yeah. I don't use cruise control. I probably should keep me more steady and I don't get
I don't think I've ever ridden with you now that I think about it. I bet it's fast.
Last night I was driving. We had to go back to the house for something, and my husband complains the whole time I'm driving. So I said, "You're driving home, and then I'm gonna complain the whole way back." But yeah, he says I don't drive good. So
I just thought about that I had never ridden with you.
He scares me though. I don't know. It just seems like you're going a lot faster when you're sitting in the passenger seat.
That can happen.
You know, and he fusses because I hit the pothole. Every now and then I'll try to dodge one if I can, but if I go off and, I'd look like a drunk driver if I tried to dodge all the potholes,
There's a bunch of them here.
So, yeah. Anyway.
North Hill Street to on around.
Yeah.
So there you go. Let's see here. Other big news that we can squeeze in is a Laundrie family. That body has been identified as Brian. The notebook, what was in it, I'm sure it may have been a note in there that just hadn't been released where the body was found.
I just think it's odd to me. I know we don't have a whole lot of time. It's just odd to me that they searched the area with cadaver dogs, and they say those dogs could even find stuff underwater because they said that the area was previously underwater, and nobody smelled anything. But the parents say, let's go look in this spot, and this is where he
But
was.
is it really, and I don't know the area, is it really remote, that particular spot where it was hard to get to maybe?
I don't know.
There's questions. We want to say thank you all for dropping by. A lot going on. Don't forget to send us some pictures of your Halloween stuff so we can share with others.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We'll be back Monday morning. Thank y'all so much for visiting with us this morning. Here with Scotty Ray and Candace.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by